what should residents know about current eligibility guidelines, and how does the application process work from scheduling an appointment to receiving assistance?
So for who's eligible, it's based on a household size and income. You can get that information on our www.keepwarmmke.org. All our guidelines are on there, posted there. You can always go there to see your income. The income guidelines did increase this year, so we want to encourage everybody to go on that website or call us at 414-270-4653 for more information to see if you meet that qualification. It includes fixed-income households, working families, seniors, and individuals facing hardships. The application process itself, it has 3 models. The first one is you can come into our live location, which is James Lavelle, known as Community Advocates, located at 728 North James Lavelle. You can walk on in, you can see one of our live reps, and they'll go ahead and take care of the application right there on the spot. We do have a second location that we just recently opened. It is located at 4906 West Fond du Lac. That one you can also come in, ask questions, pick up an application, and drop off documents as needed and get any additional information for that. Third option is by phone. If you call that number I mentioned earlier, which is 414-270-4653, you can definitely go ahead and get a phone interview with one of our energy processors, and they'll take care of you at your convenience at your appointment date and time. We also have online applications. The application starts, you'll get an interview. It's about 15 minutes, giving all your information, which is basically household size, household members, income. If you're renting, you're owning, it doesn't matter. We just ask for basic data. We put it into the application, and you provide in the documentation, and then we get your application approved, and we get you going for the season.
Thank you so much for sharing all this wealth of information today.
No, it's my pleasure.
And this has been your Community Spotlight with Community Advocates right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I thought I was going to wait, but I think I'm just going to jump into it. I'm just going to wade in deep. And by the way, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a minute of a live show. You can also watch us on X. And every now and then, a little excerpt on IG. So make sure you check it out, follow us, download the app. I've made some observations, and going into 2026, there's some changes I'm going to make. There's some adjustments I'm going to make. I made them this year, but I want to share them with you because way back when I talked about not having friends and being alone and all that other stuff, and unfortunately everybody had the pouring out, oh, I feel so sorry for you, oh, and I was just like, great, get a life. So this is for the men that are under 50. Okay? Under 50. This is so you understand something that is going to happen to you and what you can do to fight it, what you can do to mitigate it, what you can do to change it. Okay? All right. Because at some point, nobody tells you the room gets quieter. Now, when you're young, silence is rare, if you think about it, even today. You got noise everywhere. You got cars. You got traffic. You got people talking. You got people at your house, friends on the couch, phones, buzzing, ringing, arguments, laughter, music. You didn't choose, but somehow you liked it anyway because it was playing. And so you're surrounded by people, not because you planned it, but because life arranged it for you. You had to go to school, had to go to work. We got teams, teammates, families still intact enough to kind of orbit around each other, what you're doing today, where you're going, see each other at breakfast, see each other at dinner. And then slowly, without a meeting or a memo or a text, noise just kind of fades. And so men don't notice it right away. We're trained not to. You know what we call it? Whew, there's peace. We call it freedom. We call it finally having space. But isolation doesn't live like loneliness does, right? Loneliness knocks. Isolation just sits down quietly and waits for you to stop checking. When you're lonely, it's where'd everybody go? With isolation, you don't even notice. As men age, friendships don't explode. You ready? Friendships evaporate. One missed call. One, yeah, we should get together. I discount people when they say it immediately because it never happens. Move across town, move across the state, move across the country. And then suddenly, the guy you trusted with your worst thoughts is now somebody you feel awkward, like just texting them out the blue. So you don't. Men are taught early that closeness requires a reason. A project, we came to work, got a job, we're hanging out, we got to share tasks, something we got to do. And if that's gone, like we don't have permission to stay. Hey, what you doing tonight? Let's go hang out. Men look at you like, what's wrong with you? We don't say, I miss you. We say, hey, let me know if you need anything. And hope the other man somehow understands that what we really mean is, please don't forget me. Work becomes the last socially acceptable place to belong. It has structure, you got status, you got a reason to be needed. Hey, I got to ask you a question. And when that fades out, like retirement and layoffs and injury and burnout, the floor drops out. And no one prepares men for what happens when usefulness is gone. But it's coming because men are valued by what they provide, not how they feel. Turning over 30, over 40, over 50 turns that unspoken rule into a quiet punishment. I mean, you're still you. You're still thinking. You're still remembering. You're still hurting. But fewer people actually ask. And I've been victim of that. Fewer people knock. And after a while, you stop knocking too because you didn't want to be a burden. And you don't want to explain yourself. You don't want to have to admit that the strongest thing in the room is also the loneliest. Men don't lack emotion. Understand that. Men lack a place that's safe to put it. So we compartmentalize, we distract, we drink more, smoke more cigars, do more than we should. We scroll on the phone and on the internet longer than we should. And we sit in the garage or on the edge of the bed and tell ourselves, I'm just tired. I'll be fine. This is normal. This is what being an adult is. But there's a difference between solitude and isolation. Solitude is chosen. Isolation is endured. And so isolation becomes and happens when no one notices if you disappear for a few days, or when your phone could break and your life actually wouldn't change. When your inner world grows louder because there's no one left to echo it back to you and say, hey, I've been there too. As men age, they don't talk about this because they act like it's talking about failure. Because vulnerability was never, ever rewarded growing up. It was tolerated at best. Because many of us learned that if you need too much, people ain't going to hang with you. You're going to get left out. And so we learned to need nothing. Well, or we kind of pretend like we don't need anything. So what's cruel is that men don't often realize how isolated they are until a crisis hits. Their spouse divorces them, they get a health scare, somebody dies, and then suddenly they realize there's, if you have an issue, there's nobody to call at 2 o'clock in the morning. There's like no one knows the whole story. No one remembers who they were before life narrowed them down to a function. Take out the garbage, pay the mortgage, pay my cell bill, go pick up the mail. Independence is mistaken for resilience, and silence looks like strength from the outside. But inside, isolation corrodes. It dulls your joy. It warps your perspective. It turns small problems into overwhelming ones because there's nobody to say, nope, you're not crazy. It's just hard. Life is hard. I think people need to understand men don't need fixing. They need connection that does not, get this, that doesn't require performance. They need friendships that survive inactivity, conversations that aren't competitive, spaces where being unsure isn't considered a weakness, where asking for company doesn't feel like asking for rescue. And as you get older, don't mean you have to disappear. But it does require something men were never taught to do, and that's reach out, you ready? Without an excuse. Hey, I was just thinking about you. I thought I'd give you a call. Hey, I can use some company. Want to hang out? Or, watch this. I'm not okay, and I don't need you to solve it. All I need you to do is just sit with me. That's terrifying. But it's necessary because isolation thrives on pride and fear, and it dies the moment someone risks being seen. And so if you're a man listening to this and something in you feels uncomfortable, here's the hard truth. Waiting to be noticed won't work. People assume silence means stability, that you're doing okay. You have to interrupt the quiet in you. And if there's someone who knows men, fathers, brothers, friends, don't wait for a drama signal. Don't wait till they're sick to start paying attention to them. Check in. Stay longer than feels polite till they be looking at you like, dude, where you going? When you going home? Is the place closed? Like, can we go? Ask questions they don't have easy answers to. Getting older takes a lot from men, and I'm talking over 30. But connection doesn't have to be one of them. The room only stays quiet if everybody agrees not to speak. And then maybe the bravest thing a man can do isn't standing alone or standing up or being strong, but saying out loud, I don't want to do this by myself.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Saving energy and money? It's easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%. And make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. Again, that is WeEnergies.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Same OG, but I've been low-key, hated on by most of these with no.
You listening to Truth in the Afternoon. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. LT say, it's been quite popular over the last decade that people say they don't like talking on the phone. That is true. I talk to 3 different people every day on the phone. Big difference between that and texting. Yeah, it is. It most certainly is. And it's important to make sure you keep in touch with people and talk to people. Like, I can tell when I call people and they're acting like they're calling you back, like, I guess I'll call you back, but what do you want? And why are you talking to me on the phone? Here's what I think. I think that's why the suicide rate is starting to creep up. I think it's starting to creep up because we don't talk to people. We don't listen to what people have to say. Just to have them say it. You know what I mean? It's this we don't listen. We don't hear what people are telling us, as if we're afraid to say how we feel about something because we don't want anybody to think, anything negative about us. I sit in meetings and I just wonder, like, what are you doing? Like, everybody here is so positive and they force themselves to be positive. Nobody is authentic at all. I sat through a meeting today, and I didn't say a word until somebody else said something later in the meeting, but it was like everybody was talking, and I'm like, it's a room full of people, and they're talking nonsense. Oh, that's great. Oh, I really support that. Oh, I really did. Like, no, you don't. You don't care. 2 hours ago, you were telling me how you hated it. Why aren't you being honest and transparent and authentic here? And I watch people talk to each other. Oh, that was great. And that was wonderful. And somebody made a statement, and I told them exactly what I thought about it, and they just sat there, confirming what I said was actually correct. We've lost this connection. We've lost this interaction of getting to know people. People believe the lie when they say you're friends on Facebook. You're not friends. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Y'all not friends. They don't even know you. The fact that you want to grow up and be an influencer is an insult to people who actually influence. Like, I just want to be liked enough so that I could tell people to do stuff. Are you going to tell them to do something of substance? Who's the ultimate influencer? Jesus. Second, maybe Martin Luther King. That's an influencer. I don't know what y'all call an influencer. I don't get it. Moses was an influencer. David was an influencer. If you got to go a different religion, Muhammad was an influencer. I don't know what they're doing on social media. But then will that help? Will that, what can we change? Well, the world's first ban on major social media platforms for children under the age of 16 went into effect today, with regulators, parents, and teenagers around the globe watching to see how it plays out. This from CNN.com. The law comes after years of concerns that social media platforms can cause addiction. Shocking body image issues. Shocking depression and other mental health issues for teens. Shocking, as well as potentially exposing them to bullying or sexual exploitation. 2 Australian teens have already sued to block the law, claiming it violates their rights to political expression. Knucklehead fools. And other critics have raised free speech and privacy concerns. The government doesn't run it. A private entity does. It's not your right to be on Facebook or YouTube. But still, Denmark and Malaysia are similarly planning to ban young teens from social media. In the United States, some lawmakers and political leaders have also advocated for more restrictive policies, which begs the question, could a social media ban for young teens happen here? 833-212-1017 is the number. Are you pro-ban? Social media, 15 and under, can't be on or not? Yes or no? It's kind of simple. Matter of fact, we should probably make that our poll question.
Let me do my job.
That was my job.
See, you literally see me scooting over here to the computer.
The phone might have been answering. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, would you ban? Not Really a City Girl said, yes, I'm pro-ban. Well, you're about to have a poll not only in the YouTube chat, but we need a poll on IG, we need a poll on X, and I need you to call. 833-212-1017 is the number. Would you ban it? And if so, why? If not, why? Because I'm sure there's something I haven't heard. We keep hearing it, but we need proof that this is what happened. Well, we have a study that says, no. Give me case studies. I want a case study. I want you to pick out, we talked to Zach, and Zach went through this. We talked to Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken went through this. It is directly not correlated, but caused by social media. Because that's the trick scientists give you, right? Social scientists. Well, there's a correlation. There's a correlation to everything. There's a correlation to the sun and you being here. You're on Earth. It's rotating around and the sun is no. I need a cause. Show me the effects of the cause. That's what I need. I want you to show me that social media causes someone to do something bad to themselves, have poor grades, all that. 833-212-1017 is the number. I want to hear from you. I think, me personally, I think social media should be banned for kids 15 and under. I really do. So Ken said it's too much money involved. There's never too much money involved. Let the wrong person die, right? Let the wrong person have something happen to them. You'll see a change in Congress and just like that. The wrong person hasn't died. Listen, it's just like teen pregnancy. It's just like the war on drugs. Everybody was fine with it till it got outside of poor people and outside of the hood. And white suburban girls start getting pregnant and white suburban boys start getting them pregnant. Then we got to do something about teen pregnancy. Drugs was not a big deal till the crime bill. And all that did is clean up crack and put people in jail. It wasn't until fentanyl started coming in, they started talking this. And again, fentanyl is the problem. Fentanyl's not the problem. Your drug-addicted family member is the problem. Go get them help, or when they get arrested, they should go to jail and go to prison and get help. But don't give them help after you locked how many black people up for crack cocaine, for having a crack rock. Idiotic. Well, we learned our lesson. Why is it you always learn your lesson with the community that you didn't decimate? Makes no sense. 833-212-1017 is the number. You got to log in to YouTube in order to take the poll, or go to X or IG, go to 1017 The Truth, and you'll see it. Hey, right now I'm here for Pillow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Ensure your home remains comfortable before we reach the brutal post-winter blues. They're coming. Yeah, Santa Claus is magical, but his elves aren't really qualified to build pillow windows. They're just too many choices and options and customizations and all that. So instead of going through their big red guide, take advantage of this Pella deal. Get 0% interest for up to 24 months. That's it. Enough said. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/25. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com. And now with 1017 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Bit of a heavy ride along southbound 41, pretty much from just before Appleton Avenue all the way to Capitol Drive. Northbound side slowing down from North Avenue all the way past Capitol, and then you're back on the brakes from just before Highway 145 all the way up to Main Street. That one's going to be kind of a hefty delay there. Southbound 43 backing up through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. We've got westbound 94 still heavy out of the Mitchell all the way past Loomis to about 68th Street. Heads up, though, we do still have that accident. At least it's still up on the board on the ramp from Loomis to westbound 894. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, gradual clearing, a low of 8 above with a wind chill of 5 above to 5 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 20. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis. And he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers are heading to Mile High City to face the Broncos on Sunday. Denver is on a 10-game winning streak heading into Sunday. Head coach Matt LaFleur on the matchup.
Just look at the landscape of our league. I mean, everybody's neck and neck. Everybody's right there, and you can't take anything for granted. And we got a hell of a test coming up. We're going to need a great week of preparation to go out there and to get the job done.
Kickoff is at 3:25 on Sunday. The Bucs are back tomorrow night against the Boston Celtics. After starting 10-15, the team is looking to bounce back after a long break. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Badger volleyball is set to play in the Sweet 16. First set begins Friday in Austin, Texas against Stanford, 30 minutes after the first matchup of the day. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Everybody put your hands together.
That's my cut. Doesn't lie, but you won't know unless you give it a try. Yeah. 833-212-10. You just being silly. 833-212-1017 is the number. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to, ladies, y'all need to listen to that song. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before the break, we put out a poll. Should social media be banned for teens under 16 in the good old United States of America? And that poll is 60% yes, 40% no. I don't understand why people would say no. I don't get it. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, how can you ban it for one? And for two, when your kids are exposed to worldly things, who's a better teacher if the good and evils of them, you or your outside noise? But the problem is everything else has guardrails. Like, it literally has guardrails. You can stop it. Driving, drinking, marijuana, they're guardrails. There's nothing for social media. Nothing. Oh, we're gonna put a parental. No, that's not gonna stop them. Phones are cheap enough. A kid can go walk in Walmart, buy their own phone, and have a burner phone that's on the internet. Ain't nothing you can do. Because they pay for credits. Oh, look at my son, look at my daughter. They're taking their money that they're earning, doing their chores, and paying for a phone that you don't know nothing about. And it's a burner phone. 69% say yes, 31% say no. I was about to get them over 100%. It's yeah. I don't get it. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Well, I don't see the purpose of banning it, or if you talk to your kids about worldly things.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, if
you and I both know
talk to them,
your kids don't drink because the law is set up and bars are set up that you can't get in. Some do, sure, but for the most part, there are guardrails up for kids drinking. There is nothing to stop your child from watching pornography or get hit on by someone who's trying to sexually exploit them.
I understand that, but
so how would a parent know? So how would a parent?
Well, put it like the parent is not going to know, but if you talk to your children, like my mother talked to me about worldly things.
Your mother did not have social media to deal with. She did not.
She didn't have those. No, she didn't, but she talked to me about the world of life, and the streets is more powerful than social media.
Not true.
Because if you get
that's not true.
If you get some of
that's not true.
If you get some of them predators. Well, that's your point, but my mother talked to me about worldly things.
But you didn't have social media back then, so how could you compare the two? Ow!
Like, if you talk to the thing is,
yes, sir.
we got to stop acting like kids are so impressionable and they're so dumb. Some people don't talk to their kids about the things of social media.
Are you kidding?
But they're
children. Stop trying. Part of the problem is we're adulting children and making them grow up too fast.
Well, you don't want to. Well, you can make them grow up too fast, but the problem is y'all keeping them down. That's why they strung out on drugs. That's why they coming home 12, 13, knocked up because y'all teaching them all the wrong stuff.
That's not true. You're making an assumption. You're making an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption. I see it every day.
Seeing it is anecdotal. And
y'all talk to y'all kids about Jesus Christ, but you won't talk to them about that 40-something-year-old man.
I knew that was coming.
That's why
I knew Jesus was coming.
That's why she's 11, 12 years old.
You got to find a way to bash Jesus every single time.
No, it's not. No, that's not bashing Jesus.
But that's what you do.
100.
But that's what.
I keep it 100.
Your 100 adds up to about a 79. So if I was you, I would reevaluate that.
No, I don't need to. If you talk to your kids, prime example, if these people would talk to, prime example, if they talk to their
do you have children
about rejection?
Do you have children?
Maybe I do. I can't tell you that.
Do you have children?
I probably do. Yes and no.
Well, you can't say that because you can't talk.
No,
There's
I
just
can.
certain things in life that
Yes,
I don't
can.
think. No, let me state what I'm saying. I'm not trying to offset
Go
you.
for it.
Thank you. I don't know if you can speak into somebody's life regarding children when you don't have any of yourself. That's like somebody speaking to you about.
I said
I didn't
yes
say
and no.
you did. I didn't. Don't get emotional on me. I never said about you. I'm speaking in general. So if you are not married, I don't know if you can speak into somebody else's marriage when you ain't never been married. So there's just some things in life. There's no difference. You've never taken care of a child. You've never birthed a child. You never fed a child. You never made sure they went to school.
One, but I didn't make some.
How you know? You just told me you didn't. So are you lying or not?
No, I said yes and no.
Okay.
The husband don't know, but I know. How about that?
That don't make no sense. You just talking trash now.
It makes a whole lot
you
of
talk
sense.
trash about Jesus. All right, have a good one. Thank you, sir.
No, I talk facts about Jesus. There you go. You made my point. Thank you.
How'd I make your point when I let you talk? I didn't cut you off. Did I cut him off?
For the Lord.
Oh, you're listening to the truth. Miss Smith said people can have children but not be raising their children. You need to ask a person if they're raised. No, I don't. If you didn't give birth and you wasn't there and you didn't help procreate that child, get out of my face. I'm a hardliner when it comes to that because I don't want to hear it. You got zero experience. Raising somebody else's children that you could give back, that's different. Hey, Sincere, I didn't cut him off, so I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you heard wrong, but I didn't cut him off. He cut himself off and he hung up. So, you're forgiven for making the assumption and being wrong. Should social media be banned for teens under 16? 67% say yes, 33% say no. What say you? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm offended, Ronnie Ray Rio. She said, reread that again. Dr. Ken, people can have children but not be raising their children. Okay. You need to ask if a person is raising children. No. I get what you're saying, but I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the person that's raising their own children. And to a point, even if you're not raising your children, they're yours. So that kind of gives you a little bit of juice. I'm just saying. I got that. But it kind of gives you a little juice. I understand what you're saying. I misinterpreted that. But if you're not raising your children, talking about yours. She said that's exactly what I said. That's why I read it. Miss Smith, you're just trying to be argumentative to be argumentative. You're just trying to be. Okay. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. In the end, you're responsible for your children. You're not responsible for somebody else's children. If you don't have children, well, you just don't have them. If I recall correctly, Al said he has children, but he's not raising them. Al only said that after I challenged him. Because when I asked him, did he have children, he said no. And then he changed it and said yes, because he wanted to argue the point. So I don't think Al has children. I think he's just using that to argue the point so that he can have something. It's a fallacious argument, but I get it. John, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
I'm well. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
I'm well. I just wanted to comment that I think you're right. People have a wrong idea about children. Their brains are not formed. I mean, and if you're an average person when you're 11, you're about as bright as an adult with an IQ of 70. I mean, that's just the way the math works out. So children are impressionable, naive, inexperienced, and like you said,
and gullible.
They also have a little bit of wickedness.
And gullible.
Yeah, they're gullible.
Yep.
And they're trusting. And yes, you have to protect your children. I would love it if there was a ban on social media for, up to age 16. I think 16 is probably not a bad break point.
Yep.
I have 5 children of my own, and I raise my children.
And it's a difference when you raise your children and when you got somebody else's children that you can easily just send home.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So good. But, people want to believe, because it's easy for them, that the kids are just going to be fine.
Oh, yeah. If
you got to watch your kids like a hawk.
No, if you train them up right, they'll be good, but you still got to watch them.
Bullshit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used that word.
Okay, he's done. 833-212-1017 is the number. Talking text line said, Marcus said it would help to protect kids from pedophiles and pornography. Matt said that'd be a good law. The kids will just lie about their age. Well, they won't be able to lie about their age because we know who you are right now. All they'll start using is facial recognition. You ready? Watch this. How old do you have to be to get a driver license?
16.
If your picture is not in the driver license, boop, you are not getting social media. That's one way to guarantee everybody gets an ID card or everybody gets a driver license. If you don't get access to social media. Kind of simple. Easy, straight to the point. But for some reason, we seem to think people can just, they'll lie. No, they won't. Hey, I need to see your picture. You ever use ID.me? ID.me, you have to upload your identification, and it works with government where it'll go track it and compare the two, and then it'll verify that it's you, and then you can get in. Some jobs you can't get, some things you can't do online unless you go through ID.me. So they'll just use it for social media. Oh, I want to go on social media. Oh, I'll give you my phone. They got facial recognition. When your phone reads and you're not the person that phone belongs to, they cut it off. And you won't get on. Does that mean if you get too old and too wrinkled, you don't get on it too? Because your face is too, then your mama look at you, fix your face.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers continue their homestand as they take on the Indiana State Sycamores.
3-on-2, Pippa White into the paint, reverse layup for EPW. Hubbard nearly dragged the pivot foot at the top. Run a wheel play, Seth gets it back, rises up for an 18-footer and hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage Sunday starting at 12:30 on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 p.m.
For 20 years, Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive has brought our community together, sharing the importance of giving, encouraging acts of kindness, and us kids helping other kids.
Join Capco and WTMJ for the 20th anniversary and a celebration of giving on Saturday,
December 13th at the Kesmerick Center for Human Performance in Grafton. This is more than just a toy drive. It's about community and learning how generosity can change lives across Wisconsin.
Be part of the magic.
Bring your family, bring your friends, and most importantly,
bring toys.
Because the joy of giving is the greatest gift of all.
Let's make this Christmas brighter for each child and family. Learn more at kidstokids.toydrive.com. That's kids, the number 2, kidstoydrive.com.
There's a holiday gift out there that everyone loves. It's compact, tasty, and one size fits all. It's a Cousin Subs gift card. Make your life a little easier. Give your friends and family a better gift this holiday season. Purchase $30 in gift cards today at your favorite Cousin Subs location and receive a certificate for a free 7.5-inch sub. Oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Your home has been working hard for you. Now it's time to let it work a little harder. With a home equity line of credit from Brewery Credit Union, you can turn the equity you've built into smart solutions. Pay off high-interest debt, remodel your kitchen, or take care of life's unexpected expenses with flexible access to funds when you need them. Apply today and put your home's value to work for you. Visit brewerycu.com or stop by Brewery Credit Union. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by NCUA.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. We got about 50 minutes after the hour. You know, I haven't checked. Oops, there it is. Yep. Come on. All right, 28 degrees. Ooh. Low tonight is 14. 1-4. Is it supposed to snow tonight? Humidity's at 63%, 14 mile an hour wind. 28 degrees right now. Feels like 16. So I'm not really looking forward to tonight. It doesn't look like it's going to do well. Oh, well. Long as it doesn't snow, it's only like a 2% chance. So that works out well. 833-212-1017 is the number. Should social media be banned for teens under 16? 68% say yes. 32% say no. Let me see. Sir John said, wow, maybe you sleep on Al. He has 7 kids and 5 babies, mamas, and y'all silly. Y'all silly. Good evening and hello. Hey, what's up, Curly Q? Miss Smith, yeah, but would you want Facebook and other social media platforms to have your DL info? I wouldn't. They already got it. Listen. Facebook has more information and knows more about you and your habits than you do. They know where you go. They know what you do. They know how you spend your money. They know how, because you leave all them cookies on your computer. You leave all those cookies on your apps. You leave all that stuff there. And they take it and they sell it. When you filled out the form to buy your phone, you gave them all your information along with your credit card number. So I can track all that, and I know it's you. I don't need your driver's license, but they have access to it. That's just to verify it. That's like a third-party verification, right? So they would never get the picture, but they would verify whether or not you could go on it. Does that make sense? So you go to ID, like I can log into certain places and go to ID.me. It verifies that it's me because the information there is sensitive. Well, same thing with social media. If we do it that way, I think it'll work. If you don't have a picture, which means everybody, which is, you got to kind of worry about Big Brother, the government, but they all in your, which is kind of weird. We don't want the government all up in our stuff, but we let Facebook, X, and everybody else track everything we do. Buying a car is ridiculous. They try to trick you into being able to run a credit check on you just in case. It just makes no sense. Well, we're going to take a personal check instead, and so we got to do a light credit hit to see if you really you. And why don't you just take a money order? Well, the money order, they're fake. Well, that's on you. But it's just weird. They got all your information. Everybody has it. It's not going anywhere. So you may as well go on and give it to ID.me or the federal government and stop your kids from being susceptible to sexting and human trafficking and alcohol and drugs, stuff like that. When you become an adult, okay. But when you're not, you got to put parameters up. You need guardrails. You need guardrails. That's all I'm saying. I think that's fair. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, we got some updates on the Slender Man. I was about to say the Slender Man chick. Wow, that would have aged me. And also, we're going to be checking traffic. We're going to be checking weather. We're going to be doing all that. We're going to try to get back to AI because every time, it's like two things I bring up, social media and AI, and everybody seems to lose their mind when it comes to that. I don't understand that, but maybe. Does it really matter? I don't think so. Hey, DJ Brother Z, this is an easy question to answer. How early in the morning can you use a snowblower in Milwaukee? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And after 8, and you can't use it after 8 o'clock p.m. Why are you shaking your head?
That's a stupid rule.
Why? And you trying to go to sleep, dude? Really?
It's 8 o'clock.
Some people go to bed at 8 o'clock because they got to get up at 2. 8 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Unlike you that don't wake up till 8 o'clock. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host. I was talking about me when I said wake up like that. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, Top 5 at 5. Up next.
Coming with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now, you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Most elves have pointy shoes. I have 4 paws.
Ho, ho, ho. Pallet, how's my favorite helper making the season shine?
Oh, just sprinkling a little color wherever I go. You see, Santa, my person's a veteran, and some days the memories are heavy. When her skies turn gray, I help fill her heart with shades of hope, the purple of laughter, the blue of courage, and the happy hue of joy.
Sounds like you're painting the world brighter.
That's right, Santa. I'm more than her service dog. I'm her living paintbrush. With every swoosh of my tail, I add a stroke of cheer to her canvas. With every longing gaze, I brush love on the picture we're creating together. A masterpiece, wrapped in warmth and tied with a bow.
Now that's a gift you can't put under a tree.
This season, help paint the picture. Learn more at dogsinc.org.
Oh, oh, oh.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, do me a favor. So, first of all, there's too much stuff happening today. I can't even get to my top 5 at 5 because there's too much stuff happening in America. Breaking news, Fox News says that House passes a $901 billion military defense bill after Republican revolt collapses. And there's breaking news. Sharon Moore, football coach at Michigan, is fired, citing an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. So, interesting. Michigan football coach Sharon Moore today, after finding evidence of an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, a stunning end to his short up-and-down tenure, saw the Wolverines take a step back on the field after winning the national championship. Athletic Director Wade Manuel said the conduct constitutes a clear violation of university policy, and UM maintains zero tolerance for such behavior. The announcement did not include details of the alleged relationship. Moore, who was 5-8 in his debut season and 9-3 this year, did not return a message seeking comment left by Associated Press. He signed a 5-year contract with a base annual salary of $5.5 million. College football's winningest program is suddenly looking for its third coach in 4 years, shortly after a busy cycle that included Lane Kiffin leaving playoff-bound Ole Miss for LSU. Moore, the team's former offensive coordinator, was promoted to lead the Wolverines after they won the 2024 national championship to succeed Jim Harbaugh when he returned to the NFL to lead the LA Chargers. The 18th ranked Wolverines are set to play number 14 Texas on December 31st. Moore, in his second season, was suspended for 2 games for a self-imposed sanction for NCAA violation related to a sign-stealing scandal. The NCAA added a 3rd game, which were to keep Moore off the sideline for next year's opener, which was to – okay, who wrote this? Which were to keep Moore off the sidelines for next year's opener against Western Michigan. Moore would now miss that game. Well, he won't have a problem with it now. He previously deleted his 52 messages text thread on his personal phone from former staffer Connor Stallions, who was the team's sign-stealing operation for the – so they – if you do it in public, is it sign-stealing? Okay, I'm just saying. But I guess it doesn't matter because I guess Michigan's looking for another coach. Wow. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. The fact, well, anyway, let me get back to this. I got to do my top 5 at 5. Y'all got me running around in circles. I don't know what to do today. So noise ordinance generally sets stricter limits from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m., banning noisy equipment like lawnmowers, except snow blowers. That's what Ms. Smith had in her thing, so thank you for that. And requiring lower decibels from music, radio during these night, early morning hours. Those specific limits are defined by volume and context, with enforcement by police after attempting to resolve directly. So 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. That's kind of late in the morning. But I guess you can snow blow, right? So if it snows, I guess you can do it anytime. Hey, Ms. Smith, yeah, try not to use Google as your source. You know what I'm saying? Curly Q say, I figured and I thought something was weird when Sharon, when he was staring at ESPN reporter up and down on the game, say, with Ohio State. Yeah. Y'all bashing them now. See, that's how people do. They find reasons after they find out something about you. They go, I told you he was a dog. You remember how he... And you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Absolutely nothing. But you know what? It's not me, thank goodness. So I don't have to have that problem. I'm just saying.
Number 5.
Well, we heard it. Australia, they did it. They banned cell phones beginning today. If you're under the age of 16, you got zip. You got nada. 2 Australian teams have already sued to block the law, saying they're violating their civil rights, but their freedom of, what did they say? Violates their right to political expression. Dumb. And other critics have raised free speech and privacy concerns. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense at all. But then again, well, nobody asked me.
Number 4.
From WISN.com, Brevard County, Florida. See, this is another reason why you should never move to Florida. After a plane crash on an interstate in Florida on Monday, people who were on the highway described what they witnessed. Ann Wigley was with her husband and daughter on I-95 in Brevard County when they saw a small plane crash land on the highway, striking a car in the process. Wiggly said, for a minute, the traffic slowed down and we could run across and see if anybody was injured. Wiggly and her daughter are nurses, and she said they ran back to check on the woman inside the partially smashed car. She said it was awful. I absolutely expected to see someone that was either bleeding or possibly even dead. And we had some difficulty getting the car door open, but when they did, she was fine, kind of dazed. The driver, a 57-year-old, was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And given the state of the car, they said they're incredibly lucky. The car was totaled except for the driver's seat. That was the only part. I mean, the car was crushed. The plane's 27-year-old pilot and their passenger were not injured. Everybody's fine. Even the pilot for the plane was sitting in the pilot seat. Yeah, that is why I don't fly private. I don't. I refuse to fly private. I fly commercial. Much safer.
Number 3.
This from SAN.com. Even the gas prices dropped below $3 a gallon in parts of the country. The opposite is happening in another corner of the energy market, and that's natural gas. Lord have mercy. I could tell you that. Man, I got my gas bill. I was like, wait a minute. Is this right? Natural gas is surging just as millions of Americans brace for winter. CNN reports that natural gas futures have jumped nearly 40% since the end of September. They're now at their highest level since December of 2022. Because natural gas is a primary heating source for most U.S. households, the spike is likely to be felt directly on the utility bill. Energy analyst Andy Lippo warns that all that money the consumer's saving on gasoline may be eaten up when you heat your house. Even with a brief 13% decline this past Friday, natural gas prices remain 50% higher than they were last year. So here's the deal. Don't heat your house. Just sit outside in 18-degree weather and, be tough. Or go get a part-time job and work because you got to pay your heating bill.
Number 2.
So I got a question. I know it sounds weird, but Bridget McGregor Harris loves the soft glow of a Christmas tree. In recent years, she has opted for even more magic, pushing beyond her longstanding tradition of decorating one tree in her family's Mississippi home. Now, she has 3 full-size. You heard me? Full-size trees on display and another 4 mini trees scattered among her children's rooms and her entryway. Sounds strange? It's not. A growing number of Americans are displaying multiple trees. The average household has about 1.5 to 1.7 trees in the house. So says Chris Butler, the CEO of National Tree Company. The new tradition has its, pardon the pun, roots in the proliferation of increasingly affordable artificial trees as real trees become harder to come by, and it's being sped along by everything from social media trends to a shift in how much space Americans have their trees take up in their house. So basically, we have more trees than we have children. So we're going to walk around, hey man, you got kids? No, but I got 4 Christmas trees. That doesn't even sound right. Like, that just sounds dumb.
Number 1.
This from CBS 58. So there's a Milwaukee County Board committee meeting where Milwaukee advocates, activists, and residents against the use of facial recognition technology for law enforcement, spoke at the committee meeting with the county board. At a meeting for the Committee on Judiciary, Law Enforcement, and General Services, people like Angela Land made their way to the microphone to share their perspective on the technology that has been proposed for use in Milwaukee County. Land, who is the executive director of Black Leaders Organized for Communities, or BLOC, said the technology would disproportionately be used toward minorities. I haven't heard one community member today say that they support this. All the folks that we have been talking to in the community say if we actually want to get to the root causes of crime, we invest in things like mental health and health care and affordable housing. In June, the County Board of Supervisors unanimously passed a resolution to potentially use facial recognition technology, and Chief Deputy Brian Barkow with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office said the proposed technology would help catch criminals. He said it's a tool that's utilized to point an investigator potentially in the right direction. So, what are your thoughts? You think we should use facial recognition to catch criminals? When people are missing? Why not? 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I want to dive into some talk and text regarding the Michigan story, and unfortunately, I want to talk about a shooting that occurred in the city of Milwaukee and the aftermath regarding a 10-year-old right here. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretend conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Calidora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster. And that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I don't know if you all heard the story on last night. Milwaukee police have released the name of a 10-year-old boy shot and killed last night near Vel R. Phillips and Clark Street. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office identified him as Zyshawn Outen. O-W-T-E-N. Police say the shooting happened just before 8:30 p.m. at Clark and Vel Phillips. 36-year-old man and a 46-year-old woman were taken into custody. The medical examiner's report says Outwin will likely accidentally shot himself with his friend's firearm, though the investigation is ongoing. The news of his death came as community members gathered today for a candlelight vigil honoring people lost to gun violence this year. Organizers had planned for 132 candles, but added one more for Zyshawn. Milwaukee Public Schools Director Dr. James Ferguson said the loss of a child is another reminder of the toll gun violence continues to take. He said, "My heart is saddened, is deeply shattered, and no doubt broken this morning." Milwaukee Public Schools reports, this is staggering to me, 16 students this year have been impacted by gun violence. State data shows the issue extends far beyond the city. According to the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions, firearms are the second leading cause of death for children aged 17 and under in Wisconsin. During the vigil, community members expressed grief and frustration as they stood in front of dozens of candles representing lost lives. And it's sad. And so what do you think should be done? 833-212-1017 is the number. What should be done? Because even during the time when they were at the vigil with 133 deaths, the Milwaukee Fire Department says they were called to a scene near Clark Street and Vel Phillips, right? They were there. They understood. They knew what was going on. And it's just unfortunate. It's the fire department has to deal with it. The police have to deal with it. The family has to deal with it. What do you do? What should we do? 833-212-1017 is the number. What are your thoughts? At some point, we've got another child that's been killed. What do we do? What do we do? Interesting. Remember, we have the poll that's going on. And of course, Miss Smith's. Who risks millions of dollars for a relationship? So stupid. I hope he's not married. Yeah. Well, let's find out. Michigan coach. Yeah, it's all over. It's all over. Detroit Free Press is saying that he was fired shortly after initial reports. They're reporting he's been terminated with cause effective immediately following a university investigation. So, I don't know. They haven't released anything about it. about his personal life. Thank goodness. Because if he is, I guess that's his business. But the fact that you're at a Big Ten school and everybody and their mother knows you and everybody knows, yeah. And so evidently he is. Who is Sharon Moore's wife, Kelly? What we know about ex-Wolverines, head coach, family, and kids. So somebody said he's married with 3 daughters, announced they fired him for an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Evidence was found. Now, my thing is, when you go after the family, that's a problem. Like, but you don't know his family situation. You don't know if they're in the middle of a divorce. You don't know any of that. So, before you start, like, throwing stuff around, and putting daughters' names in the newspaper and their ages and all, like, I'm not going to even mention it because I just refuse to. I'm not going to do it, but yeah. Anyway, life has its ups and downs. I guess this right now is down for him. It's unfortunate, but that's how life goes. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check the talk and text line because I know it's blowing up. Camille says, use facial recognition, leverage community resources where applicable, hold people accountable for their criminal behavior. Also, exploitation and human trafficking victims need to be rescued. Well, with what resources? I get it. Prosperity said, if the child is underage and is not emancipated, charge the parents as well. I agree. $5.5 million. Now you got to move out your house unless you pay for it. Can't pay your bills. Can't get a job. Well, he can get a job. He can just go work for the NFL. Everybody else work for the NFL and rob, cheat, steal, and they get a job and then win a Super Bowl. So I guess you could be a football player and do that. By the way, our girlfriend, Morgan Geyser, remember her? Convicted in Slender Man stabbing, is no longer in the Waukesha County Jail. In November, of course, she cut off her ankle monitor and escaped from a group home in Madison. She was found, taken into custody 24 hours later in Polson, Illinois. The attorney had requested she be moved to a mental health facility while she's waiting on her release. Why would she need a mental health facility when clearly she's of her right mind that she cut her bracelet off and ran? Madison Police Department said they were not notified of the escape until more than 10 hours after she was gone. Department of Corrections is now modifying its procedures for when an ankle bracelet is compromised using a teletype system. State Senator Eric Wimberger questioned the effectiveness of the monitoring system. So the system is effective. Here's a problem. When I send you an email, unless you have a notification open that goes or whatever to tell me you have an email, you're not going to get that email until somebody decides to open up their email and read it. Right? That's one. Number two, if you're familiar with a teletype comes over a machine. That is the best system because while you're sitting there, you have to read it because it comes over the machine. It makes a noise, it prints it out, it types it out, and you know exactly what to do. You should be able to track somebody down within 5 minutes after they cut this thing. Otherwise, they could be anywhere. Department of Corrections Secretary confirmed that 3 staff members are on administrative leave. Department of Health Services has been contacted to confirm Geyser's current location and has not responded yet. Maybe they lost her too. And now with 117 The Truth traffic is Debbie Lazaga.
We've got a crash on 4394 southbound at Beecher. This is off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that. We've got backups pretty much stretching all the way back past Locust, so be prepared for that. Westbound 94, 27th Street, all the way to Hawley Road is going to be heavy, and then you're back on the brakes just before the county line all the way past Elm Grove Road. On the eastbound side, we've got some backups heading through the Barker Road area to Calhoun, and then from about 84th Street to Hawley Road. Northbound 41, you're seeing delays from Mayfair Road all the way up past Silver Spring, with the southbound side slowing down just before Appleton Avenue to Capitol. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, gradual clearing with a low of 8 above, wind chills anywhere from 5 above to 5 below. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 20. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
It's almost Christmas, and Capco's 20th anniversary Kids to Kids Toy Drive is happening this Saturday at the Kazmarek Center in Grafton.
Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and holiday cheer, featuring student musical performances, a special tribute to Zech County first responders, and the joy of giving back.
It's a free event. Just bring a new, unwrapped toy to help a child in need this holiday season. Be part of something magical. Visit kidstoKidstoyDrive.com, and we'll see you this Saturday in Grafton.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Ring in your holiday season at the Bradley Symphony Center when the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and the Milwaukee Symphony Chorus present Hometown Holiday Pops, December 13th through the 21st. With 7 performances to choose from, there are plenty of opportunities for you to enjoy one of Milwaukee's most cherished and tuneful holiday traditions. Visit MSO.org for tickets and more information, or call 414-291-7605. Allen Bradley Hall will be the very portrait of holiday cheer as you delight in so many of your favorite seasonal tunes in world-class performances. With an audience sing-along, performances by the Milwaukee Handbell Ensemble, and even a visit from jolly old St. Nick, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Don't miss this chance to make cozy holiday memories with family and friends. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605 or online at mso.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nigeria Spencer. The Packers are heading to Mile High City to face the Broncos on Sunday. Denver is on a 10-game winning streak heading into Sunday. Head coach Matt LaFleur on the matchup.
Just look at the landscape of our league. I mean, everybody's neck and neck. Everybody's right there, and you can't take anything for granted. And we got a hell of a test coming up. We're going to need a great week of preparation to go out there and to get the job done.
Kickoff is at 3:25 on Sunday. The Bucs are back tomorrow night against against the Boston Celtics. After starting 10-15, the team is looking to bounce back after a long break. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Badger volleyball is set to play in the Sweet 16. First set begins Friday in Austin, Texas against Stanford, 30 minutes after the first matchup of the day. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, going back to your darling girlfriend, Miss Morgan Geyser. So, should we give her a second chance or no? I mean, I get it. She made a mistake. I think her chance was going to the healthcare, to the mental health facility and not to jail. That's one. I don't think it has anything to do with privilege. It has everything to do with her being in Waukesha. Oh, that's right. Darrell Brooks was in Waukesha. The Christmas parade guy. He got hammered. Disregard. I think she should be punished and have mental health attention in prison. Because if they won't tell you where she is, that means she's in a mental health facility. That's just my assumption. So they don't want people to get mad. But then the question remains, should somebody who committed a crime as a child be judged forever as an adult? I say no. But if this was a little black girl, I am 99.9% sure she would have went straight to prison. They wouldn't have been talking about mental health. And if she had cut that bracelet off, they would have charged her as a felon. They didn't even charge her for escape. Who does that? Who does that? Felony escape. No charges? Now that's privilege. That is an example of privilege. We keep trying to make privilege white or black. It is strictly socioeconomic. Or should I say socioeconomical. It comes down to how much money you have as to how your children and your family are treated, respond to, and acted upon. Agree or disagree? 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken. It's time to call in.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just dealing with the weather and feeding my little doggy some little treats and listening to you.
Still got that dog?
Listen to you. I'm going to keep her. She's still kind of young. She's about 3.
Kind of young?
I just got her in 22. Yeah, I got her in 22.
That's very young.
Yeah, so I'll have her for a while. Well, she's rescued, too. She was a mess when I got her. And they kept her in the attic all the time. She had fleas. She's a mess. But I fixed her up. Yep, she got a new mommy. So, now you're so quiet?
I'm just listening to you.
You think I'm going to fuss, that's all. I don't never fuss at you.
That's not true.
I just fuss at conditions.
That's not true. See, there you go. Look at it. She getting wound up. See, she getting wound up already. See? She getting wound up already. I ain't even said nothing.
But I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about conditions of our area and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, You said something about facial recognition. I don't like it. I think it's a spy thing. I think red light cameras is a spy because they'll be getting the people that's not really doing anything instead of the ones that's doing stuff. And so I do not like all the little spy equipment, and they're talking about putting chips in you and all this kind of stuff. I mean, pretty soon we're going to have a country where we can't even move. It'd be like China or something.
You can move in China. You can move in China as long as you stay in China.
Yeah, but don't they got cameras on you?
They got them everywhere. We need them. Maybe we can lock some of these knuckleheads
we need them on them. The main ones that got the cameras, we need them on them. Just like you was talking about this privilege for this girl. It's always a privilege thing. If we get into something, then we got to pay the price. But this girl, she get into something, she gets to go to mental institution.
Well, she has mental health issues. Sandra, you don't have any compassion or humanity for people who have mental health issues. It's just that when black people have mental health issues and their children, they actually become adults. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I know that. I see what they do. You know, I be reading this stuff all the time, but that's what I be talking about, the shootings and all this stuff. Now they got another one. And then I can understand where Al be coming from, but what he's saying, you got to read what he's saying. He's saying because people, we go to church, which is nothing wrong with that because I had to go all my life, but we say, and we be praying, but yet the same thing keeps happening to our children. So we need something really done.
Well, what we need to do is start figuring out whether or not the parents of those children and what the parents of the children who become victims of stuff do.
What's those guns, Dr. Ken?
I'm not talking about guns. I'm just talking about victims.
They do not want to address guns.
There she go again.
They do not. Why do you? I mean, do you have to be afraid of every move you make? Because I mean, it can happen anywhere, not just the schools. It can happen at the mall, the grocery stores, and I'm just saying they don't address the right thing. You know they don't. I mean, they got people that's supposed to be scholars. But that's a hard thing to figure out. Hard thing to figure out for kids being mental. We got people that work in the social area.
It's not hard to figure out.
But it's still hard to figure out. Yes,
it's not hard.
Everything is, and the crime is hard to figure out.
It's not.
Because every time there's crime on us, then we have to pay the price. And
in what way? In what way do we pay the price?
Look,
in what way do we pay the price? In what way do we pay?
We end up with longer sentences. We end up in jail. We end up in solitary confinement.
When we're victims of a crime, we end up paying the price. How?
We do. That's the price. Everything gets wiped right off from under us. We don't never get back out.
Never?
You know, so.
Never.
Well, my son never got back out.
No disrespect, but the world isn't revolved around the circumstances that happen with your son. That doesn't happen to the majority of people. It doesn't huh? Say what?
He's one person.
That's all I'm saying. So he's just one.
But he couldn't be the biggest criminal in the world, so he should have stood another chance. But I'm saying.
Okay.
Because if one person have to go to jail, and crime is still way up to the sky, you didn't solve the problem.
But they're not. You don't send people to jail to solve the problem of crime. You send people to jail to punish the person for their crime.
But you got to do it right. Everybody don't get punished.
Well, we're not talking about everybody.
We talk about.
All right.
Look, I'm going to tell you the way I feel. You know how I feel.
Well,
if it's not fair, then do
life's not fair. Life's not fair.
They cannot come to me with it.
Life's not fair.
They cannot come to me with it.
Life's not fair.
Look, you got a bunch of crooks tearing up the country.
Well, how did he get into the situation in the first place?
Look,
the problem is we're still not holding people responsible for what they actually do.
But why is
we can complain? No.
Why is ICE out here on people?
ICE is
because they're coming to Milwaukee next.
Well, then they'll just be in Milwaukee.
That's not right.
If you're here legally, then you have no problem. Like, why is that a problem?
It's your own country.
It's not
your
country.
They don't ask them for information.
Huh?
They don't ask them for information. They just wear a mask and just attack.
No, they don't. Stop.
Yes, they do. From what I'm looking at, what they show, unless it's wrong, what they're showing on TV.
What people show on TV?
Propaganda.
is what they want you to see, or they only show. Like
Propaganda.
if I
That's what
only
it
showed, I'm not going to call it propaganda. If they only showed people in Milwaukee driving recklessly, then you would think that everybody in Milwaukee drove recklessly, when in fact they don't. But if that's all you see and that's all I show
my life.
And with all due respect, if I was a police officer, I would wear a mask, because people have lost their minds. And if you try to come to somebody's house to hurt them or their family, you deserve what you get.
I don't see a police officer wearing a mask. I'm talking about ICE.
Them too. They're police officers. Excuse me.
You don't even know who they are.
You should.
That's Ku Klux Klan, Dr. King.
Oh, my God. Stop.
Ku Klux Klan.
So what about all the black? So all the black ICE officers are in the Klan.
Ku Klux Klan. Yeah.
Okay.
They all got they got the mark and so the beast.
Okay.
You look up their arm, you see it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll call you again. We'll argue about that one. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. Mr. Medee say, Dr. Ken, don't argue with people that have excuses for everything. Nah. She has her piece. She has her example of what is important to her and what matters to her. So, there. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sherry said, why does a fire truck and firemen have to be at a scene of a crime if there's no fire president? Because if a person is injured, they always send the fire department, just in case. Brother Brad say, Dr. Ken, it is okay if the neighbor uses the lawnmower. Yeah, I saw that at night, doing multiple houses. It stops snowing at midnight, and you don't want it to melt and freeze, making noise while doing a good deed for others. Would you call the cops for me blowing the snow off your sidewalk? Well, first of all, you probably wouldn't blow it off my sidewalk. That's one. Number two, no, I wouldn't call somebody, because there's a ordinance that basically exempts you for snow blowing. So I guess I'm okay with that, and I'm corrected. So there you go. It's okay. Hey, I'm like a broken clock. I'm right, but I'm only right twice a day. From JS Online, a 32-year-old Milwaukee woman has been bound over for trial after prosecutors say, you remember the story I read on my Top 5 at 5, shot and killed her friend after smoking marijuana, becoming paranoid. Jamaica Mills had a preliminary hearing December 10th at Milwaukee County Courthouse. She's been charged with first-degree reckless homicide, and a court commissioner deemed enough probable cause exists to move forward. The police testified that Mills admitted to killing 26-year-old Ariel Spillner at a Northside home before shooting herself. The shooting took place November 4th, 5100 block of North 39th Street. Spillner was a DeForest High School graduate and Concordia University, Wisconsin pharmacy student. She went to Mills' house to celebrate Mills' birthday. The police testified the two women were seen on surveillance video at a nearby liquor store before the shooting, and upon arrival, officers discovered Spillner and Mills with gunshot wounds in the living room of the lower unit of a duplex. Spillner died at the scene while Milner was transported to a hospital. And we read the story. She admitted she's been smoking pot and got paranoid that Spillner was walking around the house looking for scissors to give Mills' dog a haircut. Strange. See, I'm not the guy that could like smoke weed like that, because you have no idea what's in it. I mean, she just reacted because marijuana makes her paranoid. But they could have put fentanyl in there. They could have put, like, I was going to say elephant tranquilizer, but that's fentanyl. So, I mean, all those things they could have put in there. You know what carfentanil is? It's like 10,000 times stronger than a regular opioid. Like, why would you give somebody that? But yet we want to fight drugs and talk about how fentanyl is coming to the... People in Washington sound idiotic. People in Milwaukee sound stupid. There's a fentanyl epidemic. There's no fentanyl epidemic. That's your idiotic family members taking drugs illegally, feeling bad for somebody whose son bought a Xanax online that was filled with fentanyl and died. It's an unfortunate tragedy. It most definitely is. And I feel for the family. And I there's no way to express losing a child. But it was a crime. And if you're going to deal with it in its totality. The bottom line is that if you don't commit the crime, you're not injured by it. But that's just how it is. Right now, unless it comes from an actual pharmacy, I wouldn't take it. I'm hard-pressed to buy some over-the-counter things. I check it and look at the packaging and everything because you have to make sure. You have to make sure. You just got to make sure that it's just dangerous. And if you're not paying attention and if you're not making sure you understand and know what's going on, doesn't matter. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, the poll.
On Sunday afternoon, the Milwaukee Panthers continue their homestand as they take on the Indiana State Sycamores.
3-on-2, Pippa White into the paint, reverse layup for EPW. Hubbard nearly dragged the pivot foot at the top. Run a wheel play, Seth gets it back, rises up for an 18-footer and hits it.
Scott Warris has the coverage Sunday starting at 12:30 on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 p.m.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Your benefits, competitive. And you built a culture so healthy, it's practically kombucha. Also, you can recruit the best. Building the strong workforce your company needs, that's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where skills get built, best practices get hands-on practice, and industry-led programs equip candidates for their first day. Going up. By graduation day. Here's to turning real up-and-comers into your next hires. Here's how you get there. Here at MATC.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's been a great Wednesday. Been hanging in there. Hey, want to give you the poll. Should social media be banned from teens under 16? 67% say yes, 33% say no. You should be ashamed if you voted no. No, I seriously think that we should ban it. Let kids get back to playing and being in school and doing things and outside playing basketball instead of, yeah. I'm just saying. I think that's safe. And it'll be easy to do it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up. We get the rebroadcast from 6 p.m. till 7 a.m. when we got the morning show coming up. We also got that guy named Sherwin Hughes, Kyle Wallace, Tori Lowe. Then I'll be back in about 22 hours, God willing. Hey, God bless. Take care. Have a great one. Zach, appreciate you, brother. Have a great one. I'm out.
Be quiet.